Hello, my name is Explodius Marmodius.
And I'm Kaiser Maximal, and welcome to episode 1 of our new series, Broken Ice, the show where we talk about stuff so you have something to listen to as you go about your day.
And today is our first episode. We're going to talk about fighting boredom.
Also, before we begin, I have my own YouTube channel where I talk about whatever the heck I feel like. I believe Explodius Marmodius will leave a shameless plug in the description. So,
Subscribe,
oh,
like and subscribe, or else I'm coming for your knees.
yeah, none of this is probably going to get monetized. We're literally just doing this because, actually, this leads me into our point. We are doing this out of boredom. We really do, that's why we started our YouTube channels, because, the pandemic hit, we had nothing to do. I started my channel,
I made two
December
channels.
last. Yeah, oh, geez, that's right, you made two.
One is at 23, the other one is at 10.
Hey, those are numbers. Those are still numbers. That's still 10 people who will talk to you. I text my sister not to disturb me because I'm recording, and she texts me back in little asterisks. Disturbs.
Disturbs.
Roleplay disturbs. But yeah, I fought boredom. I decided to fight boredom by creating my channel. And that's the subject of today's talk, because frankly, when I'm bored, I get really bored, actually. The thing is, my life, it's like inertia. It's hard for me to get moving if
Concentrate.
I'm not moving. Yeah, it's hard for me to get moving if I'm not moving, but once I'm already moving, I just want to keep moving. Does that make sense?
Basically. Oh, shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, well.
It's alright, it's alright.
I mean, for me, the reason why I created mine, the first top, I mean, the idea of, I just want to talk about the idea of my name, Explodius Marmodius, because it's a weird name, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's very unique. No one's gonna come up with the, same thing.
Yeah, okay, so the idea came up during, not during the during the pandemic. Studying, I was looking up something for my study guide, and for some odd reason, my brain was saying this one phrase, Explodius Marmodius. And I was laughing at it so much, I decided to search it up of if it's a real thing. And the first thing that came up was a dung beetle.
Well, like I said,
Or is
though.
it it's a beetle of some sort. Then again, I did look it up on Bing.
Well, of course you had issues. You looked it up on Bing. How bored did you have to be to look up something on Bing?
I didn't have Minecraft.
That explains a lot, actually. Boredom does strange things to you. So yeah, I do think it's kind of funny though how both our channels were sourced out of boredom. Yours, got the idea for it because you were bored and you didn't have Minecraft yet, and me, I was like, I kind of want my name to go out there on the internet, and I have nothing to do, so it's converging interest, I guess, something like that.
Yeah, and also how funny it would be for a channel being recognized as Explodius Marmodius.
Bro, imagine in the future you got a million subs, verified on Twitter,
Being like,
all
oh
that.
yeah, you hear about Explodius Marmodius.
Yeah, this is actually becoming less of fighting boredom and more about just how, what we do when we're bored.
I know.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
How we stray off of topic so easily. Like we stray away from God.
Every day. Every day, my friend. Every day. I think the great thing about this, though, is that, at any
And
point, you
again,
can just
TikTok
choose to,
exists and we already strayed away from God from that.
well, I think the great part about this, too, is that, at any point, if one of us says something whack and that we might get canceled over, we could just cut the audio. At any point.
Then also we don't have to have Twitter.
Yeah, that too. But also at the same time, it's I never have to if I need to go to the bathroom, we could just cut that.
Yeah, we would totally cut that.
Totally. Oh yes, yes, totally. Do you do anything else besides YouTube when you're bored, by the way? I'm not sure, like,
Uh,
if I know much about, like, your personal life at all. I mean, you don't have to share your personal life on the internet, but, like, I'm just curious. Like, is there
yeah,
anything
sure.
besides YouTube and video games that you do in your spare time?
I mean, other than like sketching, and obviously I have like a XP pen, so I usually screw around in Photoshop and Illustrator a lot. So, and
That's
also
something.
I always go back on like old videos I made and re-edit those into like something better than I originally thought of. Like I go back to my old channel, Gaming Penguin, because that one actually did pretty good until I just
Really?
had like no, yeah, because I had like 23 subs, I believe, when I left, and I kind of just got bored of it, so I decided, well, I'm gonna leave now, and then
Oh, sorry, continue. I thought you were
later
done.
on, uh, I made the I was thinking like, you know what? I think I should want to make more videos again. Then I made your Bromigo, which is now my Instagram at your Bromigo at Instagram. Shameless plug. Anyway,
Link in the description.
anyway, that one had like I believe up to 10 to 12 before I lost the entire email to that. Someone hacked me, the dickheads. Anyway, oh yeah, I don't think I told you this. Yeah, one of my emails, because I always had like separate emails for my stuff. Wait, actually, that reminds me.
What?
I had another channel called Video Penguin. It was supposed to be like a sub channel of my Gaming Penguin channel.
You didn't even have 1,000 subs and you already had a second channel?
I then again, I was in like high school in sophomore year, so this made sense.
Okay. So
So
at the time, like, you were like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
so
This is a
then
good idea.
okay, now I remember. So video when I left Gaming Penguin, that one had 23 subs. When I left video, that one had around 17. And then with your Romigo, that one only had 10. And then right now with me right now, Explodus Marmodius, I have like 11. And I realized I was supposed to post like a 10 sub special, but I forgot. Oh well. Um because you have to honor your 10 subs that sub to you, because you don't know if they actually enjoy you for your content or enjoy you because you're annoying and they want to roast you so badly to the point that they want you to send bleh. They want you they bleh. Okay, never mind, just continue.
You not English good?
I cannot English right now. Okay,
Me
thank you.
fail English? That's impossible.
That's impossible. We only do quality memes in this household. Um,
I'm sorry, sir. Your meme was trash. Get out.
get out right now. We only appreciate the most quality of meme.
We're talking about fighting boredom, alright? We need good memes. Only good memes.
Only good memes.
I keep saying that, but then we keep going off topic like
I
crazy.
don't know why we keep going off topic. Okay,
Well,
you know
no,
what?
it's okay if we go off topic, but like as long as like it's tangentially related, or at least it was organically sourced from it, it makes sense. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
that's
I
what
get
the
when
purpose of a
you and I are
podcast
both bored, we
is.
both think about like all the stuff that like people are saying behind our backs. I know I think about it. At least
I don't. I
I do.
wish everybody think of me negatively. I want them to think that I deserve to go into Dante's Inferno. Oh my gosh, I could finally say that.
What, Dante's Inferno?
Yes, that was what I was trying to say on my little rant, but my brain just decided to off itself.
I oh geez, now that I think about it, um, you mentioning your older channels, I remember I subscribed to them. You told me about them. I subscribed to them, but I honestly don't remember what you uploaded to those. Like I
Honestly,
genuinely don't remember what you did on those channels.
okay, for Gaming Penguin, that was basically I was supposed to do mainly gaming stuff, but I also did like school stuff on there, which got views on that.
You did
Um,
what stuff?
during high school stuff like Mr. Robertson's history class and
Oh,
engineering. I
yeah.
think you know where that went.
I did it all a year before you, my friend. I know
I was just
exactly what it was like.
I was 1 year behind you, and you know that.
I know, I know.
I always
Well, no,
stare at
that's
you
why I said
fast.
I did it a year before you, so I know exactly what it feels like.
Anyway, so and then my second one, which was Video Penguin, was to document because I was thinking like I shouldn't just have like all my documentation from engineering on my supposed to be gaming channel. So because that was a sophomore brain. Um so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make Video Penguin as my documentation for the engineering classroom. Being like, okay, I could do that and it'll be some side content, why not? And then after a while I was like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. And also I kind of got busy because chemistry.
Chemistry?
Chemistry is a bit.
No, if this is your channel, you can swear on it.
Oh, okay, yeah, chemistry is a bitch. Anyway, I just like how I just casually say that.
No, it's not like honestly, like go ahead.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, so and then there was the Your Bromigo channel. That one was just because I just posted COD Mobile when that was out. I posted that type of stuff on there, and then my email got hacked because I forgot to put two step on.
Oh crap, that reminds me.
Oh yeah, you should probably put on two step. And also kitties. To remember, always put two step on everything you
Two-step verification on everything.
put on everything. I don't care what it is. I don't care you have to go to Dante's Inferno.
I don't care if you have to go through the nine circles, the far reaches of space, whatever pop culture reference I can, whatever dated pop culture reference I can think of while I'm here.
While you're here before I not execute you.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, totally. I don't have,
I
you
just
know,
like I just like how you're just like, oh yeah, I'm glad to be executed.
I'm here. I'm here.
I hear. I don't mind if I am not. Shut up, I'm supposed to be the morbid one.
What am I supposed to be like the cheery one, like the oh yes, hello, I exist.
Oh right, I forgot. I have to have a personality, don't I?
No, you don't. Well, no, actually, no. I think your normal personality is pretty acceptable. I mean, I just use my normal personality for YouTube because, like, frankly, it's like I don't. I'm not gonna like go out of my way.
To
I'm not gonna go
please
out of my way to like
Susan.
create a whole new personality unless I know it's something I can keep up and something I can keep making interesting. But the problem is, oh, I do have two-step verification on Google. Okay, so I'm good. I'm good. Um, I was checking that as I was talking to you.
Oh, I see
But
how it is. I see how it is. More
no, no, no.
priorities to that than me.
I I don't think that like because the only reason I don't support that idea of like making another personality, like something completely separate from a normal personality, is because it's less relatable. If you can't create some way to like make your viewers view you as like another person, like an actual person on the other side of the screen, they can't really empathize with you or listen to you. Especially with a channel like mine where all I do is just talk about like ideas I had. Like literally my entire channel's gimmick is either I have like a funny skit idea, so I make a tiny like 10-second skit, basically a vine out of it, or
Oh, I
I think
remember
like an
Vines.
interesting topic to talk about, and then I talk about that. And again, I only upload like once or twice a month because you and I both we only upload like once or twice a month because it's not it's not a job,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a hobby.
yeah, it isn't like I have to. It isn't like Susan sucked me off is shooting having a gun to my head.
Honestly, though, I kind of prefer it being a hobby. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting money from it, but I don't. I wouldn't want to make it a job because then you're a slave to the algorithm, and
Yeah.
it kind of
I don't
takes
want to
away
be
like some
anyone's slave.
agency.
I want them to be a
Yeah,
slave to me. What?
I'd rather just work like a typical like job in like the field. Like I'm doing college classes for my job right now, and I think
Yeah,
you are
same
too.
here.
Okay. For the classes that I'm doing, it's going to directly put me in the workforce as soon as I'm done. Because I'm just doing a certificate program. You're going for a degree, right?
Yeah. And then I'm
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
be transferring
Okay, you're going for a
to the
degree,
bigger
but
tips field.
yeah.
What's the
Which,
big
by the
tips
way,
field?
like I gotta say, like that's pretty cool. Honestly, like I don't. I tried doing what you're doing right now,
Yeah,
or what
game
you're studying
design.
right now. It didn't
Oh
go so
yeah, and also I'm doing game design as a major. Or
as a
right now is the major is computer animation because my college doesn't have game design as a major, but but they
yes,
do have
computer
computer
graphics
animation.
are well, computer animation is needed to be a game designer, though.
Well, technically, if you want to be technical about it, you have to have knowledge about code. You have to be knowledgeable about um, a lot of things, really. You have to be knowledgeable about ga- not just game design, but also not design, just like typical design, graphic design. What other stuff is there? Code. Did I say coding already?
I think you did.
Okay, yeah, coding, obviously. And not
So
just
you,
that, you also have to find a way to like put yourself out there because I recently did research on it and basically you really do have to put yourself out there, especially the stuff that I want to do, which is character design and basic design because in game design there's other subgenres. Like there's um obviously like the code like the basis coding, there's the background design, there is the most important part, which is the storyline, the everything about that. And then there's the character design, which is going to be something I want to do. And then obviously the background design, depending if you're doing one of those like RPG type style stuff or like not RPG, like a 2D style or a three-dimensional style.
yeah, it could be like a 2D animated, a 2D pixel, a
Oh my gosh,
3D.
Pixel, that's what it was called. Why could I not think of it?
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, so yeah.
not all 2D games are pixel. Like
Yeah, not all 2D games, like Terraria
Hollow Knight.
isn't.
Hollow Knight's
Actually,
not
is
pixel.
Tor?
Wait, what did you say?
Said Terraria.
Oh, Terraria is pixel.
Yeah, I realized that. I'm like, wait.
Oh,
I
don't
just
don't worry
realized
about it.
we're supposed to be talking about beating boredom, and all we're talking about is like our
What we're
personal
doing with our
lives.
lives.
What are we doing with our lives? That's supposed to
Well,
be
okay,
another
no,
thing.
no. I can justify this. I can justify this because we are fighting the boredom of the viewer, especially if they've made it this far.
If they made it this far, like 18 minutes in.
Bro, because this is going to be such a long video, or well, it's not even a video, it's literally just going to be an audio clip, and I think you're going to put some kind of like footage over it, right?
Yeah, depending if my computer wants to have a seizure or not.
Yeah, and I'm fixing my recording software, so, worst case scenario, you could send the audio to me, but hey, that's besides the point. That's a conversation for another day.
What's
But
funny is you
we're
doing the
fighting the
audio,
viewer's boredom.
I do
We
the
went from
visual.
our boredom, and now we're talking about talking about stuff to fight the viewer's boredom.
Yeah.
So therefore, we're in the clear here.
We're in the clear. We're just justifying our memes.
I know, I know. But personally, I think that I I do think that like the path you're going down is actually pretty neat, though. Like, video games are an industry that's going to stay. Like,
Yeah, that is going to be an
hands
industry that's
down.
going to stay, depending if the Democrats are being assholes. Anyway, and that's a topic
I
for
like how
another
you just
day.
blame it. I like how you're like, video games will stay unless like the government says no. Like you're implying that the government is going to ban video games of all things.
I mean, they're going to ban guns. I mean, like, and also they're
Going to
banning
ban
the word.
guns. So it's only a matter of time before they come for your video games. Gamers rise up, overthrow the government
Gamers rise up.
because spark a
Imagine that
revolution
being
with
like one of the tags I put in this video, being like "Gamers rise up."
gamers rise up. Just put hashtag gamers. Like it
Hashtag
doesn't
gamers.
matter. I think though, uh, speaking of other people, like I think also in the future we might have other people on this channel, or not this just this channel. This
Oh, on this podcast.
it's not even like a real podcast. We're
Because
literally
it's
just
just two of
recording
us.
audio and putting on YouTube. Well, actually, no. That still counts as a podcast though,
It's still a
because like
podcast, but it's just
yeah,
like with you and me, and that's it
yeah.
for now.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. For now, we might invite like either some of our other friends, or
Or
heck,
like I could
if
just
we
like
get
kidnap
big,
someone and
then
put them
like
in the
we
basement.
could have other YouTubers in on this. Like I think that would be
Oh,
cool.
well, that sounds cool. Either that, or I could like kidnap someone and put them in my basement.
Yeah. Wait, what?
What?
I'm gonna have a friend. I'm not gonna be by
No.
myself down here.
You know what? Now that you made me laugh, now I'm gonna send him back up to the attic.
Back to the attic.
Back to the attic you go.
You have gained attic privileges. Yet you no longer are in basement punishment. You've gained attic privileges. The heat rises, so you won't get cold anytime soon.
Yep. Don't worry, I'm putting you in there during winter so that the winter comes.
Winter is coming.
So if it means either me or you freezing to death, at least I could have peace of mind knowing that you'll freeze to death first before me.
You know what I would want to do? But like I don't live close enough to one to do it.
But
Or close enough to like this kind of area. Like whenever I'm bored, I do want to like go on walks, but a lot of times there's a ton of things that are stopping me. Like, okay, so like
I
one
think
thing that's stopping me is like the weather. Like it will be like 102 outside, and it's like, well, screw that. I'm not going on a walk. I'm not gonna go outside, get all hot and sweaty, and then be like, man, I wish I could just sit down and play some video games. Oh wait, I gotta go take a shower because I'm all hot and sweaty. Because I get hot really easily. Um, for me, everything feels like 5 degrees warmer than the average person. Uh, so like I'll be like, man, it's hot out here, and someone will be like, Kai, it's 65. Um, but yeah, that's kind of like that's what's an issue with that I'm having to work with. But the other thing is that I don't live too close to an area to where I can just like walk to a place. I mean, there's some places where like I can walk to them, but it's like a significant investment in time. Like it's like more than like a 20-minute walk to get to like the nearest like store.
yeah.
Well, actually, no. It's more like a 10-minute walk to like the nearest store. But like the nearest place I would want to walk to and from is like there's like a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like 20 minutes to walk there. Especially now, if it's on like a cold day, then yeah, okay, totally. I'll go out and walk. In fact, I love walking on cold days. But if it's like basically if the temperature is like 80 or higher, I'm not, or maybe sometimes even 70 or higher, depending on the conditions. I'm not gonna go walk, get all hot and sweaty to like Starbucks or Walmart. Like for that, I'll just drive.
I mean, for me, I mean, you know where I live. Like I literally live on the street.
Yeah, you're on the street in more ways than one.
And not just that, and we always have like random people coming across us. Like we always have like people walking their dogs, and like normally I actually attempted to like walk around my area one time. I nearly walked into like several stacks of like freaking dog poop, so I'm like, ugh, nope, I'm going home. Screw this.
Well, wait, like walking around your neighborhood, or just like walking around like in general?
Like rock because I don't live in a neighborhood.
That's right. You're in the
I'm
streets.
literally on the street. So like I had to I have to go out of I'm just gonna say I live in a gated area because I don't want to let anyone know where I live. So like I'll go out of my gated area and just try to walk around and like where this big little desert like where this desert part is because we're in California. Um I try to walk in this area, but like every time I do,
You
I will
said just
see like
kind of narrowed down people's ability to find us.
every time I do, there's always like some weird sketchy people, like people pushing around like and I mean they don't look homeless at all. They just have these shopping carts. And they have like giant bags worth of stuff in the shopping cart. I mean, they're not homeless at all. They don't even look homeless at all. So like I'm not very sure. So I'm like, yeah, nah, I ain't gonna do this. I don't want to be someone's body bag, so I'm just gonna go home.
So like you don't want to like, get caught in the situation where you're like, this
Ah,
is
I'm gonna
terrible.
get caught. I am going to be shoved into a body bag and thrown into the middle of the ocean.
Basically, you don't feel like being shanked just by walking out the door.
Yes, I'm a turtle.
Also, it's apparently Happy Boyfriend Day. Um, well, I don't have a
Okay, good thing you
neither
live
of us.
50 meters away. So, and also don't you dare come close to me. I have a freaking shotgun.
N- well, no, I was just gonna say that like I was just gonna say neither of us have girlfriends, so we have no one to
Oh,
celebrate with, even if we wanted
yeah,
to.
true.
That reminds me of something my pastor said. He said, the Lord wants us to have food, a bed, and like a roof over our heads and be like content with that, or clothes on the back, something like that. And he said, the Lord has also blessed me to have a car, golf clubs, and a 357 Magnum.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think
Oh wait, I told you earlier today.
yeah,
That's
you
right.
already told me. You
Well,
don't
now
want
the
to know
whole
what
world
I
knows.
you don't want to know what I put in the group chat.
Yeah. Well, I watch them online, so
Yeah,
I'm
you
not.
monitor the live streams. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm a moderator.
I'm a moderator. Don't you dare call me a simp.
I'm a moderator. Hey
I'm a
guys, don't
moderator.
post memes in general. Okay.
Hey
Now back
guys,
to what I was saying. I think Molly should be legal.
I just think Molly should be legal.
That's my impersonation of a Discord moderator.
Oh, you see, guys, don't you dare send feed pics because I'll be watching all of you. I'll be watching every single one of
You
you.
want to send pics and
Oh
send
my
them to
gosh,
me
I'm spitting all
directly?
over my monitor.
Did your microphone okay? Like it just suddenly sounded like it exploded.
No, I just like spat all over my monitor
Oof.
because I did that voice, that thing, that voice.
Hey guys.
Guys, like,
I mean, keep
like,
them out of
can you
general.
like not? Can you like not do that?
I
Can you not
studied the
offend
blade.
me?
I will defend milady.
Then I'm gonna be Britannia.
Milady is literally a PNG.
I will become Britannia. Those who play Warhammer, you know that reference.
Oh, jeez. Those of you who know anything about history will find that comment probably equally as funny as the Warhammer people.
Like, haha, hang on.
That's why if I ever become the ruler of an island nation and then an ambassador from the United Kingdom says they're coming to visit, I'm gonna get scared. Because, like, think about it, you're a small island nation.
Laughs
The
in
Royal
British.
Navy is coming to visit. You can rule Britannia is playing in the distance. Like, do you go on Twitter and like tweet at the U.S. White House send help?
Oh, we're talking about Japan now.
Well, no. Japan was basically we did like 90% of the fighting against Japan.
I know. I mean, I just realized if Britain also took stuff from China during the sphere of influence, why didn't they target Japan?
Because Japan didn't really have any natural resources.
I always forget that.
Yeah, that's really the reason they got into the war because they had no natural resources, so they had to go get some. It,
So
I don't know.
basically, they're like the seagulls in Finding Nemo. They're like mine, mine, mine,
Yeah,
mine, mine.
it's just that they, you
I'm.
know, the whole history. I could go on and on about that. Of course, we're going to be here for like another 3 hours if I do.
Don't worry, that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, history. History will be another topic for another day.
So
I
is
think.
burning down the government. What?
Wait, what?
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 What? Anyway,
Anyway, back to what we were saying earlier.
that awkward pause, though.
Yeah, I think you know what though. We might have viewers from other countries too. So like,
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking in my head.
we
Oh
if
my
we
gosh,
if we
I'm
talk about
triggering
something that's like
so.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If we talk about something that's like strictly American, then we might have to might have to make an effort to clarify that.
Yeah, and also I feel like I triggered so many Japanese people with my comment.
And I don't know how many of them speak enough English to understand what we're saying. So
Hopefully
you know,
not. Well, there's always
you're the
subtitles.
offensive one, and I'm just the one who talks about stuff.
Aw, thank you.
Is that going to be our dynamic from now on? You
That's
just
gonna
are
be our
going to have these outrageous opinions, and then I'm just going to kind of be here.
yeah. You're. I'm the asshole. You're the gentle giant.
Gentle giant. Well, that would
Well,
be
then
true, but
again,
I'm
I'm
literally
basically the
average
same
height.
height as you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would say I would agree if I was like 6 feet, but I am five foot
I'm
nine.
5'9", bro. I'm taller than you. What the
Ladies,
heck? Wait, what did you just say?
I said I'm 5'9", ladies.
Well,
It, it,
I'm 5'10", and
it's
I'm
a
not
joke.
bragging
It's a
about it
joke
like
about
you
how
are.
height is attractive.
How height is attractive. Yeah, right. I'm 5'11". No one cares.
I forgot you're 5'11".
Sadly, I'm not 9'11".
No, then your name would be George Bush.
Then I also need a twin.
And you also need a Twitter. You
Oh
can't
my
get
god.
canceled if you don't have a Twitter.
You can't be judged on Twitter if you don't have one.
I know. You really okay. Another thing on boredom, by the way. Like I have Twitter, but the only reason I have Twitter is one, when I get really bored, I want to see what's going on like that side of the internet, and two, there's like a handful of like influencers I want to follow, and of course I follow friends on there. Whenever a friend joins Twitter, I follow them just out of courtesy. But there's a handful of influencers
Oh,
I follow on Twitter. They're like the only reason I do it. Like, in fact, I'm just gonna name drop. Why not? You know, they have more subscribers than us. Anyone who subscribes to them probably heard of them. Kurt Ritchie, Shoe on Head. Dang it, now I gotta go look through my Twitter following things. I
I
don't
mean,
remember them all off the top of
well,
my head.
just look through Twitter. I mean, the only reason I
Oh yeah,
have Twitter is
Ricky
like,
Berwick. I follow Ricky Berwick. Rebecca Parham, Recrio, Optimist.
wait. You have a female follower?
No, that I follow them.
Oh, no, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
Rebecca
simp.
Parham, Drew on Head,
Get out
Kurt
of this
Ritchie.
call.
Yeah, they're calling you Sim. Yeah, Shoe on Head, Recrio, Optimus,
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Optimus is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like his stuff. DZ, if he plays Yu-Gi-Oh. Kurt Ritchie, I think I already said him. Little Karibo, because he makes
Are you
stuff.
gonna name every last
Oversimplified.
single one you
Drew
follow?
Durnell, Alternate History Hub. Sam Onella, who hasn't uploaded in like a year and a half. Which, by the way, can I just talk about that real quick? He had this epic thing that happened on Twitter, and that's why it's one of the few reasons I have it, because every now and then there's like this golden thing that happens. Oh, so this man's been gone for like 15 months, alright? He didn't even say why he would be gone. He just disappeared. And then one day, he reappears on Twitter and says, "Oh yeah, some dude's impersonating me. Just ignore, block, or report him." and then he just leaves. So literally, it's like that Chad meme, like refuses to elaborate. It says disappears for more than a year, doesn't upload, returns to call out an imposter, refuses to
Oh,
elaborate. Anyways, back to boredom, or back on topic is where we were.
get
Right,
better at it
Twitter.
without.
We were talking about Twitter and how easy it is to get canceled. Also, the fact that the only reason I have Twitter is because of a handful of influencers who are I find interesting to follow.
The reason why oh, I guess I should explain why I have Twitter. I mean, I rarely even use it. All I have it for is to listen to updates of AI 15.
What's AI 15?
It's basically this like it's like a program that moderates voices. Like you or how do I explain this? Basically, you type in wording and let's just say how do I say it? Let's say I'm hearing some overlap on your side.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Okay, is this better?
I don't know, is it? I think so. Anyway, um oh yeah, actually can you turn that down a bit?
Okay, let me do that. Okay, continue.
Testing, testing, one, two. Oh, okay, this is better. So
Yeah, sorry,
basic
my headset was just right next to my mic, so.
yeah, don't worry, I have the same problem. Anyway, um AI 15 is basically let's just say I were to like type in something and I want a specific voice in like SpongeBob and then it would say, "Ah, look at that. I am going to do something." Or like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's like a voice modulator, sort
That's
of.
what it's called. It's a voice modulator program. And it's online. It's like online, but right now it's in maintenance for like a few months because he's updating
Oh,
stuff. Mind you, it's only one guy who's doing this. Anyway.
okay.
Oh, and also I forgot to mention, I too could do voices, you crack addicts. Anyway, other topics.
Um, Honestly, like I think that you know what though? I think one aspect that I found when trying to fight boredom in my life is just figuring out something to do. Like I have books, and I actually do read those books.
Oh, I
Not
forgot
all.
another
Not,
thing about like game design stuff.
oh
There
yeah, go
is
ahead.
a
Go ahead.
part, there is a part where not it doesn't include like all games, only like a few depending on the game that you're doing, which is voice acting. Voice acting depending on the game that you're on. Like let's say there's like a Call of Duty or something or a Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4 already exists.
I know.
Like it's already a thing.
I know. I'm using that as an example.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Carry on.
Freaking crack addicts. Anyway,
We live in an area of so many of those. I think we're not even phased when we see them.
I don't even think we're phased by just saying the phrase crack addict.
Because we actually have a ton of those up there.
Okay, I actually seen this like meme map, like like someone did. I don't know if it's like a Vine or not. So basically, it was like the coast of California. That's where the crack addicts are. The middle point of California. That's where you're at the place where they make the crack, and the outer part of California where basically you're influenced by it.
Yeah, that's that's not even like
A
out of
joke.
the
It is
ordinary.
true.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
it's
legit true.
100%.
Wow, this is awkward. Anyway,
I know we just had this random silence.
I
That's
know.
okay.
I could always do things anyway. What are the thing? Oh, right. And some stuff that I think cures boredom is like attempting to do voices. Like on the topic of voice acting, when you
Oh,
attempt
jeez,
to
I
do voices, it actually, I mean, it's a me. Not everyone is
can
enjoying
do it.
doing voices. Not everyone can do it, or not everyone has like fun doing voice act, like doing random voices. But for me, because let's just say that I'm moderately insane. I enjoy doing random voices.
Moderately, please.
Oh, come on. I only have
Give
like a
yourself
thousand
some credit. You're
conversations a
more
week.
than moderate.
I think you're more than moderate. Yeah, isn't? Yeah, I'm totally sane. I have voices talking in my head as well.
Oh man, I used to be able to do Bear Grylls. I Oh geez, I'll have to like look at myself in the mirror. I'll have to try it at some point, see if I can
Yeah,
still do
you have
it.
to probably
But
try that.
I don't know if I ever showed you, because for the viewers watching, I don't know if you noticed, but we went to high school together, and I don't know if I ever showed you. But I 100% I used to 100% be able to like imitate Bear Grylls perfectly. Like it was spot on.
It was spot
Um,
on. And now you see a koala eating another koala within a snake.
exactly. I used to be able to do his accent like it used to be like perfect. Like I was so proud of myself when I was able to do it. I don't think I can still do it. I can try. I'll have to practice like off camera. I'll have to try because I don't want to embarrass myself until I know I can do it
This is a
properly.
podcast. You're supposed to embarrass yourself. Anyway.
It's a communist ploy to embarrass yourself. That's what the internet.
Say
That's what the internet is.
that
It's a
again, I
communist
swear I'm
ploy
going for your
to
knees.
embarrass yourself.
Say that again, I swear I'm gonna come for your knees.
Oh please, you hate all forms of government.
I know. You brought up the term government.
That is true.
You better watch these.
You know,
Anyway, so
that
yeah,
reminds me.
voice set. Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
you ever told me
carry on.
about like the voice your you doing Bear Grylls before.
Oh, geez. Like I said, I used to do it because I remember I was on the robotics team, and
Yeah, I know. I was on there
there are a
too.
number
Don't worry.
there's a number of girls on the robotics team that like found it hilarious when I did it. So I made myself get good at doing it because obviously I want my I want my team to like me. Okay,
Yeah,
I went out
fake
of my way.
nerd.
That's the story of my life. I go out of my way to make people like me. All right, like that's just a part of my personality. Obviously that conflicts with the other part of my personality that wants to truly speak what I think, because sometimes what I think, conflicts with what other people think. But
Oh, my stuff always conflicts with people.
you're just like contrarian by nature. Like someone says something, you're like, I must do the opposite now.
Must do it. I may or may not agree with you. I may or may not come for you and say, listen here. I
If
don't care if you
anarchy was
break
the
your
popular
ankles.
opinion, would you be then pro authoritarian government?
No, I would break their knees and chuck them into a vat of acid.
A fake vat of acid.
Says anything about it being fake.
You
Anyway,
know what,
homicidal nature aside. Um, so
dude?
yeah,
You
I
know
don't
what
think I told you this, but before puberty, before because during fifth grade, I don't think I told you. I don't think I told anyone this, but you know what annoying
to
orange
go
is,
on
right?
the internet?
You know what annoying orange is?
Where? Wait. What
Annoying
about orange?
orange.
Annoying
Annoying
orange?
orange. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Classic YouTube.
yeah. And you know what who Marshmallow is, right?
Yes.
Marshmallow the on annoying orange.
Yeah.
I used to do his voice.
Like perfectly.
Yeah, I used to do Marshmallow's voice so perfectly during fifth grade. And then once like middle school came, my throat got crushed like a freaking freight train. So I couldn't really
Ooh.
do it anymore. Then again, I could do like the The hell nah. But like higher. But I can't do it now because like my voice is like extremely deep now.
Same thing kind of happened to me. I can't really do high pitches anymore,
I can't do it
just
anymore.
because like I my voice just doesn't have the capacity to do it anymore. And
Waking
that's
up.
that's
Yay.
one. You know how people. Okay, so you know when another aspect of boredom is like lying in bed waiting to fall asleep, and you know how a lot of people they fill that void by like thinking about things, embarrassing things they did as a child.
Oh, I just
Um,
watch your
which,
videos.
by the way, that's another episode for another day. We'll get into that, all right? Because I have some stories that'll be interesting, and I don't know if you have some stories that might be interesting, but you know,
Oh,
we
I
could share our
do.
most embarrassing moments on the internet. Episode 2, not even
Episode
like 20
2, embarrassing
subscribers.
moments on the
Episode
internet.
2. Yeah, I know. But anyways, a lot of people like they lay there and they think about that kind of stuff. For me,
Like, I
I'm just
can't go
bored.
to sleep. I think I know the perfect way to get myself to sleep. Just watch Kaiser's videos.
Yeah. Hey.
You said yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, watch video. Oh, wait a minute, he meant mine. I think another aspect of it though is that like for me though, like I don't get embarrassing thoughts in
Embarrassing
when I'm laying in
thoughts.
bed. I'm too tired to think about that. Honestly, what I'm thinking about is like when am I gonna fall asleep? When am I gonna fall asleep? I'm bored because I'm like, when am I gonna fall asleep? When am I gonna fall asleep? Because I don't want to look at my phone because if I look at my phone, then I end up staying awake for like an extra hour.
Oh, that's the opposite of me.
For me, like if I look at my phone, then it's like game over. You're up until 1 a.m., buddy. Congratulations. But for me, whenever whenever I think about embarrassing things I've done, it's always when I'm in the shower or just in the bathroom in general. Whenever really I'm like just like taking a shower, for example, like then I'll be like, "Hey, remember that time you did that thing?" Which, by the way, that's a thing for another episode. Remember when you did that thing? And then it's like, oh no, I have to think about that and the
Oh, I
ramifications of
have a
that
lot of
and
embarrassing.
all that.
I have a lot of embarrassing stuff.
That's why, like, whenever there's some people who are like, have you ever seen those videos where people do those like, would you push the button websites? Where it's like, would you push the button if like you have the
Yes.
power of flight, but like other people can read your mind and stuff like that.
Yes.
Um, I remember I saw one that was like, it was like you have super strength, but like other people can read your mind, and I remember some people being like, "Oh yes, I don't mind people reading my mind. You know,
I
I
really
don't
don't
think about
care.
much." For me, like, no, that's a deal breaker. Other people being able to read my mind is a deal breaker for anything because, like, there's some things where it's like that's so embarrassing that I want to share that on my
Oh,
own
actually,
terms.
coming to think of it, if they could
Does
read
that
your
make sense?
mind, I just realized if they could read your mind, could they figure out your passwords for all your stuff?
Mm, in theory. Well, I think it depends on how that mind reading works. But either
Yeah,
way,
that's what I'm thinking
I
about.
don't want people to probe my mind because sometimes, every now and then, I'll even remember an embarrassing thing I've done, like a really cringy thing I did at one point. Uh, Again, episode for another time. But like, it'll be like while I'm talking to someone. Like I meet up with a high school friend that I haven't seen in forever, and I'm talking to them. And while I'm talking to them, I remember something cringy that's like tangentially related to them. And if they could read my mind, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that stupid thing you did," and then I'd be like publicly embarrassed right then and there. I'm like,
Oh,
so that's why I'm
remember
like,
when
I
you
would
were running
never
around
want
with a
anyone to be
drill?
able to read my mind.
Do you
What is that?
remember running around with a drill bit in your hand? I actually
Oh
ran around with
yeah,
a.
or the time I accidentally said a swear uh, when I handed that one guy a drill bit. I meant to say, "Here's your drill bit," but I added an
Here's
extra
your
two letters at the end of that, and I was so embarrassed.
here's your bit.
But here's your drill.
Here's your drill.
For people who don't know, I do my best to avoid swearing. I can
Oh,
count
I do it occasionally. Oh
on
yeah,
one hand the number of times I've said a swear.
yeah. Let's just say Kaiser is the angel of the group. I'm the demented child that should have been aborted.
Autistic screaming in the background. Well, actually, no, just existing because you're not really someone who screams a lot.
No,
So I
I
wouldn't say
don't scream a lot,
that. But either
but
way,
others
still, like,
scream a lot when I'm near them.
yeah. Is that is that you on karaoke night with the ladies?
Don't tell them about the dungeon.
No. What
Tell
is
them
this
about the
50,
dungeon.
50 Shades of Marmodius?
50 Shades of
Well, geez, if we ever get famous off of our YouTube, then someone's gonna make a fan fiction about that, and I absolutely hate the fact that that's an idea that
Oh, me being a floating
exists.
mask while a human is doing this.
I know you're covering your face with a mask for
I
the
am a
first
mask.
a good. You are a mask. You're
Yes,
going to be a mask for a good portion of your career, probably all of it, maybe.
hopefully.
I will say the one bad thing about sharing controversial ideas on YouTube is that like employers do look at your internet presence, so
That
you would
is
you would
true,
have to
yeah.
find a way to conceal that you are Explodius Marmodius.
Yeah. That and also I think you could tell who I am just by my voice and my personality, I guess.
Yeah, but like I
I
said, I think
rarely
there'll be
use the word personality because I think that's just like a term labeling someone's actions just
yeah.
because they did something.
Well, and again, that's why I'm like I don't know. That's why I'm just like yeah, I don't. As long as you can kind of conceal that, which is that's why I'm like pretty careful about what some of the things I say because I know employers might look at it. So like I do share like controversial ideas, but like when I do share a controversial idea, it's an idea to where it's like there's nuance to it, to where it's like you can take either side, you know. I never
Yeah,
share
that's
something
true.
that's like where it's like something that like you'll get I never share something that I'll be canceled over, frankly, because of career reasons.
I just realized if we're gonna do this, are we labeled as a commentary channels or are we labeled as random stuff?
Um, I think this could technically be commentary because we are commentating on something that is fighting the
Boredom,
boredom of our own and others.
our own ends to our own means to our own ends of
Well, we
suffering.
talked about fighting our own boredom, and then we devolved the conversation to fighting the boredom of others.
My life
Does
is
that make
nothing but
sense?
an empty vacuum of boredom. What?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Of- What was it? I was gonna say something. I just realized
You're gonna have to cut out a number of like
all of like the
pauses.
awkward pauses. Yeah, I
Yeah, the
know.
awkward pauses.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Like, what was it? And, and also like, oh, now I remember when you said like people are gonna like probably. Do you mean like people are gonna judge you because of controversial topics, or like,
Um, I think again, I think that's another one where it's like that's an episode for another day, so like write that down. But also at the same time, uh like controversial opinions, that's an episode for another time. But also at the same time, I do believe that it is I don't know. I don't want to share it because like again, there are some companies that will like track your online presence that will be like,
yeah, I
"Hey,
know.
we know you have a YouTube channel."
Because I remember like
And unless the boss of
because
that
I always
company
get like the
politically
military.
agrees with me or like just agrees with me in general, then I'm not getting a job there. So
Yeah,
that's like that's my concern. For you, it's less so because your channel is much more anonymous.
yeah,
I
because
kind of
I'm
wanted to try the
small.
anonymous thing, but I couldn't get my recording software to work right, so all my stuff looks super grainy.
Yeah, yours just looks
So
like an
obviously,
iPhone.
no one wants to hear commentary over something that's not even visually appealing.
I mean, then again, you are showing your face. There's nothing visually appealing right there.
Well, well, at least it's like my face, you know. It's something. It's something.
Anyway, what was it? Oh, right. Because I remember that like I always get, and also recently when I was on college campus, there were like Marine recruiters talking to me and then doing all that because I remember that I think they do background checks on you as well. Like everything you post social media wise, it has to be exactly what I guess politically correct, which is going to be something on another video topic.
I
Um,
don't. I don't think they care if it's politically correct, but there's some information you're not allowed to divulge. Like, if you're okay, let's say like the dudes in Afghanistan, they probably weren't allowed to tweet out where they were hiding or where they're staying or something like that. Does that make sense?
yeah,
They, I guarantee that they were not allowed to like say, "Oh, we're in the we're camping out the western edge of Kabul." You know, they weren't allowed to say it because then that basically just tells the Taliban where they are,
yeah.
or
That's going
you
to be
know,
another
something
conversation
like
for
that.
future
So I know
videos.
that
Anyway,
like they can't share that. Or have you ever seen the U.S. Marine copy pasta?
copy pasta.
Yeah, where it's like, what did you just say to me? I'll have you know that I was a U.S. Marine that led multiple raids
Oh,
against Al Qaeda, and I was one of the 17 who took down Bin Laden, or something like that.
oh right. Oh yeah, weren't you like supposed to join the military, but they said no?
Oh yeah, they ghosted me.
Yeah,
Um,
but they never ghosted me. They harassed me.
well, they ghost. That's the thing. Okay, but before we end off today's episode, actually, no, I'll leave it on the cliffhanger. The story of me being ghosted again, video for another day.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I promise to tell that story. Honestly, today was a great way to fight boredom because we just thought of like four different video ideas right off the bat.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
yes.
but like I said, those are all stuff for other days. So if you liked what you were hearing today and you want us to fight your boredom more often, then yeah, like, subscribe, comment, tell us how we're doing. Constructive criticism is welcome. And we'll do everything we can. So, I mean, unless you have more topics you want to keep going on,
I just
Mr.
realized I
Marmody.
don't think we explained how we actually met each other.
Again, cliffhanger video for another day. We could make we'll make like 10 videos out of these topics,
Yeah.
and it could be all these different things. But yeah, we just fought our own boredom for an hour or so, or maybe less than that, depending on how this turns out. Uh, and again, to the viewers, I hope we fought your boredom. Um, Mr. Marmodius, do you have any closing remarks for
Call me
today?
Mister again, I shall break your ankles.
Mr. Dr. Professor Sir Marmodius?
I know where you live.
It's actually kind of a scary thought.
Well, then
We could
again, you
talk
do
to each
know
other
where I
at any
live
point
anyway.
in time.
But on the real. Anyway, I hope everyone has a great day. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Don't forget to like or subscribe, or else I shall hunt you down and get your ankles or your knees,
He'll come
whichever
for them
comes first.
kneecaps. Yeah, if you're running from him, he'll get your ankles. If you're fighting him, he'll go for the kneecaps.
If not, there's always the eyes.
But anyway, guys, I guess we'll see you another time.